show. They had to use Sergio's. Just as long as I could, I uploaded a couple of videos, which it's not volume, but it's symbolic. The temperature was cold, and they're throwing cold drugs in the air. The real temperature was not nearly as much as I said. When I got up in the morning early, the first time, in the morning, in the middle of the night, as soon as I get out, the temperature is normal. Okay. It's cold, but it's normal cold. As well, you would imagine for 14, 12 degrees should be. And then they throw the drugs again. With that in the air, and it chews at you, right? I had to stay closed, and most importantly, it wasn't just me. Later, but the drugs they usually stop throwing around 8 something, which is when the temperature really rises. I felt a burst of the P drugs, so it's very likely that soon we're gonna have to get up. And should we do? Now, I want to point out one thing. I don't think that when I say the things about premeditation, even about what happened in the mall, or that this happened in the mall, about my phone, that's pretty weird. But it could also, I don't even know if that's confident it's not someone honest. Yeah, but I'm just saying, keep in mind, how can I say this? Because the issue is all of them are involved in the same crime, but they're not all doing the same things. I think it's very little I know. I just felt it was important because of the sake of justice to emphasize a couple of those things. Face it this way: you cannot let certain criminals get away under blaming someone else. I don't know if that's the case. What I'm saying is, if it is, you cannot allow that to happen, which is why we're linking up all the criminals related to this, right? Such as yesterday, obstructing the access to the thing. In one odd off that not necessarily pouring a lot of powder there, so theoretically it would disincentivize me to be there at night, which would cause me to be here Now the reasons I'm here different, but the thing is, that's directly correlated. So the other criminals over there in the surroundings, throwing drugs in the places, that's directly correlated. You saw the criminals that threw the things there, the narcotics in the air to do a crime like this, that's directly correlated. The guy sitting there in the mall might have been just incredibly poor timing. That being said, it doesn't apply necessarily to the faces. As I said, it's a bunch of things you have to take consideration that I don't know, and everything that I do know I relate to you, even if it sounds crazy. For instance, once again, when I woke up, temperature was bad, but it was manageable. Right now, I feel in my ankles and my chin almost, right? It's really cold. Why? Nothing changed. If nothing else, now my ankles are more protected by this than they were a second ago. Temperature's going up, it's not going down. So, as I said, there's no difference in wind, as you can see through the bag. So, no, that's just my head. That's what happens when my head moves. So, you know what I mean? As I said, that's how it happens. It doesn't matter though, because it comes in. This miasma, as I mentioned from the other day, that's how it functions. Okay, very likely on that day they were practicing for this. I said most of the war crimes are not just premeditated; they are practiced because they are practiced with exposure and doesn't catch them that the very attempt, if they fail, well, premeditated crime is worse than in show cases. But it didn't catch a piece of shit that such that well, you know, just saying, all those things are premeditated and practiced, as you see on those other days. That's why I pointed that out to you when they happen and they are saved on file. Okay. That's why we deal those things with you too, even if you don't necessarily have to for all those days. And then put all the videos there. There were several videos when I pointed out things like this being practiced, the cold drugs being tested recently, when you were right there on the other side, which is why I'm on this side today. I prefer to have a controlled side. I didn't remember how the situation is around me. I should just put some things enclosed so when the criminal shows up, you have more the environment I expect. But with this, the truth, as I said, they're throwing piss drugs in the air, so I don't know if I have much of a choice. I'm holding up as much as I can, but the issue is they're gonna likely pour down the piss drugs as Jelson's arriving. So, for a couple minutes, that's not worth it. I'm just pointing that out to you. Okay. And the thing that I said before, because it felt like, again, punishment is the crime, and Lincoln is established. They're the ones making pointless accusations and just masturbating each other into hurting people. We found ground proof and established evidence and do the right thing. We are not them. I mean, I say we, but anyway, just pointing that out.